Hey YTPC. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I made a video trying a different setup with my new Rebel T7 camera, and trying to do videos with that and using OBS. So kind of like my same setup that I use for the live streams, but seeing how it looks and sounds with just doing regular videos. I guess we'll see. So this is kind of just a test run. The only thing that I might have issues with is focusing on pipes. It doesn't really autofocus unless you hit a button. So I don't know. I might just insert some pictures of pipes if that I want to show you guys if that comes down to that. So I guess it's a long overdue Muletown recap. Drinking some Highlander grog. I think that's how you would pronounce that. And I'm smoking, so I guess we'll maybe start out with just what I came back with from Muletown. I'm smoking a Ohio Briar. His name's Is his name Kevin? I don't think it's Kevin. He reminds me of Jersey Piper, so maybe that's why I think his name's Kevin. But I don't think his name's Kevin. I think it might be Mike or Mark. Dan. I was way off. Yeah, so it came with this little certificate. This is the Wild and Wonderful collection, and this one is called Smoke Hole Canyon, and there's like GPS coordinates that you can go to that this is named after or something like that. Pretty cool idea. Comes with came in a nice kind of a velvet pipe sock. There's a logo on there, but you really can't see it because of the lighting. And I'm smoking some almost 20-year-old GLP's Haddo's Delight. This was at the Pipery's table. They had a couple bins with a bunch of tins of tobacco that just aged stuff, and I came across that, and I just tried Haddo's Delight I guess I tried it a few years ago maybe with my buddy Ryan, and that's one of his favorite tobaccos, and I still got a little bit left of the tin, so I decided to pick that up and open it with him, and we hung out Friday night, and so cracked it open, we smoked it, and it's so good. I mean, age does wonders for tobacco, especially this one. I mean, I like the fresh stuff, which you can see. Maybe you can't. It's kind of dark in here. One of my light bulbs went out, so it's a little darker than normal. All right, there we go. I opened up the curtain a little bit. Get some lighting. So it's Haddo's Delight. I still really can't see it. I'll probably throw a picture in there, but it's a lot lighter than the age stuff. So it's I mean, it was still being in a bag like that. I've never had tobacco out of a bag like this. I mean, it was sealed pretty good. I almost had to tear it open to get the seal to break, but still very moist. Yeah, I'm probably gonna jar that up for sure. Light my pipe one more time. So yeah, smoking Ohio Briars. This is kind of like a freehand, really nice grain. I'll throw in some pictures in here. That was one pipe I picked up. Going to the pipe show, I set a budget. I went over it a little bit as far as I might have went over it a lot if you count all the beers and stuff, because Briarworks was just a great venue. I heard that they might be they're looking for different venues for next year, like a bigger area, which is cool and all, but I'm hoping there's still some, like, after parties or pre-show hangouts and stuff there, because it was a really cool lounge, and they had a full bar, and it was just a really, really cool atmosphere. I really enjoyed it. So if you don't count all the beer and drinks that I bought, then I was only over my budget about $80. So, but this is a Ron's pipe. I really love this one. I love the grain. I'll throw in some pictures and stuff here, but yeah, the grain is beautiful bird's eye and some beautiful, like, straight grain, and just, it's a really gorgeous pipe. Smokes really well. I'm definitely looking forward to, and really inexpensive too. I mean, it was really not too bad a price. So I'm really hoping to get another one of his pipes, because it smokes great, they look great, and he has all kinds of different shapes and stuff that he does. It's Ron's Freehand is his company. You can find his website and stuff, Ron's Freehand Pipes or something like that. And then I met a gentleman from Kentucky, and his is EP Pipes. So this is one that I grabbed. I'll put some pictures in here to kind of show it, but the stem is really cool stem color, cool rustication. Really, he had some pretty crazy pipes, like just very strange and weird, and he said a lot of it was bourbon inspired. So so I'm guessing he just drinks a little bit of bourbon and goes out to the shop and makes some crazy pipes. So I should have asked him, like, a digit check or something, see how many fingers he had. But I think he's going to be at the Ohio Pipe Show for sure, and maybe Chicago. I don't think Chicago, but definitely he'll be at the Columbus show. So I'm looking forward to maybe getting another couple pipes from him then too. He also got this tamper from him, the bamboo tamper. I love it. It feels nice. Just works great. And there's a pick there too. Just comes in handy. But I just like the feel of this. It feels great. I mean, I like these kinds of tampers. They're just really cool. But that was about it for the stuff that I grabbed at the show. But as far as the events, I mean, Friday night was a lot of fun. Hung out with my friend Stacy, who I've met, might have mentioned a few times in the if you guys know who Stacy is, she is the owner of Mahiran Bespoke Works. She does leather work. She had a table next to Nate King. If you if you're at the show and you didn't see her, I'm sure you might have seen her stuff and didn't know the name. But that was her first pipe show, being attendee as well, and so I hung out with her and Nate King and a couple other people from the Get Piped Discord, server. Russ, I know him from the Get Piped server, and also the Pipes, Pours, and Pals little clique, I guess we can call us. I met those guys again, the Pipes, Pours, and Pals guys, Nate and Justin. Had a lot of fun hanging out with them throughout the day on Saturday, and then a little bit on Sunday. Wish I could have spent a little bit more time with them. But yeah, if you listen to the most recent episode, they weren't as cool for me, I guess. But no, Justin and Nate were a lot of fun to hang out with. And I got to meet, the mics that are mentioned on the podcast as well. And it was just a great time. Friday hanging out, and Saturday was the show. Hung out, did my couple laps around, took a break, did another few laps, bought a few things, hung out with Stacy and Nate Saturday night. Foster, so that guy, yeah, so his name's Kevin Foster. Foster Handmade, I think, is his pipeline. This was his first pipe show, I think, as well. And he had some really cool pipes. I think he's going to be in Chicago, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to Chicago and maybe be able to get a pipe from him. If not, he's definitely on my list to get one from. Got to meet Quinn from the Country Squire. He's a really fun guy. He was really funny. Man, this hat is a delight. I tell you what, I'm gonna bring this some of this to Chicago. So if you're gonna be in Chicago, I'm definitely gonna be sharing it. I'm also gonna bring crack this open as well. It's old Ironsides from 2011 or 2010. I'm not really sure. It was from a estate sale at one of the local shops. And not sure how to date it, but I'm pretty sure everything he had at least 10 years on it. So this was a couple years ago that I bought it. So at least 2011, I think. Maybe even older. But yeah, man, a lot of YTPC guys. Tramper Scott, got to hang out with him. That was awesome. Southern Piper. Relax Piper was there. That was a complete surprise. I had no idea he was going to be there, so that was a fun surprise. I think I saw him I think I saw him when he first got there, and he was just kind of walking around and kind of just taking it all in, and I was like, oh man, his name's Ryan. Hillbilly Piper, Donnie, hung out with him a little bit Friday night, I think, and a little bit Saturday, but he had gifted me this cool pipe stand, which I love it. I use it almost every night now when I hanging out, having a pipe before bed. Works great. Thank you again. I got some stickers from Southern Piper. So thank you, Andrew. That was really cool. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet. I met Ethan, Parsimonious Piper, and he gave me a good amount of one of his blends that he blended up. I've had one bowl of it so far, and it was in the morning, and my gosh, it had so much nicotine, it just really woke me up. And so this might be kind of a new morning blend for me, I think. I might do a better review of it later, but I've only had one bowl so far. But it's has some, I think, burley and some dark fired Kentucky, and I'll have to ask him exactly exactly what is all in it. I got from Stacy. These are her weekender jars, so they're like pocket jars. But a little bit bigger. They're with a wide mouth mason jar lid instead of the regular size. But yeah, holds a decent amount of tobacco in there. So that was a nice gift from her. I have a commission that she's working on now. I'm really excited to get it and to be able to show you guys. Yeah, she does really great leather work, and I wish I didn't blow my budget, or actually would have got something from her at the show. But I know with the commission and everything, maybe I can get something else thrown in there that she has laying around. Like she does pipe rests and tobacco trays. Some really cool stuff. Got to spend a lot of time with Tramper Scott Sunday morning. So like some of you know, I my wife and my two youngest kids came with me because we had thought we were going to be doing some family things like hiking and or stuff like that, and it was just so cold. Didn't expect it to be that cold, especially being down more south than what we're used to, like that nicer southern weather. And yeah, it was just way too cold and I don't think we really dressed for it either. I think we only brought sweatshirts and really no coats or hats, and we really didn't. Yeah, it was kind of like a winter coat kind of weather. Saturday I think was really nice just because the sun was out and the sun was warm. But like we had planned on going like hiking or something like Sunday morning or Saturday morning before the show, and so after we checked out from the hotel, my wife was she's ready to get home, and so her and the kids kind of hung out while I went and said bye to everybody. So that Sunday morning, I hung out at Tramper Scott. We had some coffee and smoked a couple pipes and had a really nice conversation just about all kinds of stuff. And that's probably one of my favorite things about the whole trip was hanging out with Scott, and Scott's a really, really good guy, and I'm glad he was able to make it. Tamper Proof. I did get to meet him Saturday. He was there for the show and hanging out for a little bit. I got to meet Brian Levine. I've always seen him at other shows, but I really didn't talk to him a whole lot. So it was cool to hang out with him for a little bit and chat. Shane Ireland and the Smoking Pipes guys and I was waiting my camera kind of to click. So the Smoking Pipes crew and everybody, they stayed at the same hotel, and so we had gotten up to go down and get breakfast. And my wife and my two kids are going down. We're all going down together. We're waiting for the elevator, and Shane Ireland's walking down the hallway, and I introduced myself and shook his hand and stuff, and my son went up to him and shook his hand, and then my daughter came up and shook his hand too, but she used her other hand. So it was pretty cool. I mean, it's something. I mean, I think it'd be a cool story to tell him later on. You guys met Shane Ireland when you were real young, and I wish I could have, wish I would have taken a picture or video of it. It would have been pretty cool, but it was a pretty fun memory. I think I'll always have. I did a trade with Russ. If you guys know him from the Get Pipe Discord and hearing him on the Pipe Spores and Pals podcast. They talk about him a lot. But we got to hang out with I got to hang out with Russ and Nate and Indiana Nate and Justin Coffee Pot Codger. Those guys are so much fun. We went out to dinner Friday night. And Russ bought my dinner, so that was cool. Thank you, Russ. And we also did a trade. I gave him an EA Carry Magic Inch pipe that he's really gotten into those pipes. He really seems to enjoy those. I told him that I had one that I maybe smoked once, and it's just been collecting. I think I had it in a box of some other pipes that I'm just not super crazy about, or they need repaired or something. And he said he'd trade me a tin of something. I was like, whatever you want to give me. He's like, I'm not smoking it. So he gave me a tin, a 2018 tin of Maltese Falcon. So I'm pretty excited to crack that open, maybe give another couple years. Gosh, for some reason I feel like it's not even 2023. So every time I think of like the 2018 blends, I'm thinking, oh, it has a couple of years on it, but really it has like 5. It's just kind of weird to think about. It's like I thought the time ended when COVID started, kind of thing. It's just weird. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too much longer. I just wanted to kind of do a quick check-in and maybe talk about my trip to Muletown a little bit. It was a great show. I enjoyed every bit of it. I'm excited for next year. One thing that I loved about the show is you could it was on the on the factory floor of Briarworks, where they make their pipes and stuff like that. And so that's where all the vendors are set up, and you could smoke on the floor. And that was the first show I ever went to that you could smoke on the floor, I know Vegas you can smoke on the floor, but it's the first show I've been to that I could smoke on the floor. So, which I really liked a lot, because like sometimes when you go to shows and you're like, especially right when it starts and it's busy and people are walking around for the first time, and you get stuck behind people, so you're kind of just walking past them, and you're like, oh, I'll go to that table later, but then you never go to that table later. You kind of miss some things, at least I do. And but smoking on the floor, I was able to just hang out, smoke my pipe, wait my turn as I'm going around, talk to people. I don't know, it was something about smoking on the show floor makes it that much better. So I really enjoyed that part of it. Shout out to the Briarworks staff and employees and everybody. It's a Saturday night. I think they were open from 9 to midnight was the times that they were supposed to be open, like the lounge and stuff. And I stayed there hanging out with Nate King till probably way after, about 1 o'clock is when we left. He gave me a ride back to the hotel. And yeah, it was like 1 a.m., around 1 a.m. when we left, and people were still there hanging out. And the very next day, the people working, bartending and everything at Briarworks, they were there again, hanging out, slinging drinks and coffees, and I was just like super impressed. I was like, they put some hours in that weekend, and I made sure that they knew how appreciative I was, and I'm sure a lot of other people really appreciated them as well. And yeah, it just kind of blew my mind that they were there working that much. Yeah, because they were still there when we left at 1 in the morning, and I didn't show up till about 11 Sunday morning, and they were there already. Because I mean, they opened the lounge up at 9, I think. Anyways, I don't want to make this too much longer than it's going to be. I'm going to throw in some pictures that I took at the show. This is kind of like the first time I got to like actually use my new camera and do some like photography stuff. So I'm going to throw in all those. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw those pictures, but I'll also put some video footage that I had taken with my phone of the tables and stuff like that. So yeah, stick around for that if you want to check it out. Hopefully I'll make we've been kind of busy with everything else around the house. Like we had my youngest daughter's birthday party last weekend, so we had like a week after Muletown to kind of get ready for that. And now since that's happened, we're kind of just I've been kind of busy and stuff like that. So anyways, hopefully this whole setup with the new camera and everything works all right. I guess we'll see after I do some editing. So thank you, Parsimonious Piper. Thank you, Southern Piper, Hillbilly Piper, for all the goodies. Thank you, Stacy, for the Weekender jar, and thank you, Nate King, for hanging out. And yeah, I appreciate everybody that I met, and it was a ton of fun. Relax Piper, I had some conversations with you. I think I turned him and Southern Piper both on to Wilkie's peanut butter chocolate. Oh gosh, man, Andrew was so funny. He was smoking it, and he was just like, I don't know, wooing and hollering, and it was so funny, man. It was a really good time. I can't wait for next year, and hopefully be able to spend more time at the show and hanging out in the lounge and stuff. I loved having my wife and kids there with me, at the hotel, and being able to, we went out to breakfast a couple times. So that was always nice, having them with me to do that kind of stuff. But thinking next year, if they don't come, it'll be kind of nice to kind of spend more time hanging out with everybody. So anyways, now I'm just rambling on. This is going to be a super long video, so if you make through it, I appreciate it. All right, catch you in the next one.